So I finally just watched the Biodun Stephen YouTube film called Dark Ties. And I say finally because I've been seeing the film here and there, but I've been like, I don't know. And then I saw this post by Biodun Stephen. He came up on my Instagram and she said, Dear man, I want to ask a rather intrusive question. What was your first sexual experience, or better still, who was it with? I don't want the details, I just want the truth. Think deep, then comment. A friend, a maid, a lover, a cousin, who was it? Note, we are going somewhere deep this Friday on Building Stephen TV, and it's in reference to these dark ties. And I was like, oh, Biodun is about to wake this topic up because this is a topic that is very prevalent, and I'm very curious to see how Biodun Stephen addresses a topic like this because I really respect Biodun Stephen as a writer. She's one of my favorite Nigerian writers, one of my favorite writers, period. I love her. She has such a gift for storytelling, and so I was very curious to see how she would approach this. And let me tell you, I have notes. I've just finished watching it. This is the non-spoiler section for a bit before we go into the spoilers. So I'll keep this first part non-spoiler. First thing I want to say is that the film takes its time. It takes its time to build. Don't think it's like a film. It takes its time. And at some point I was like, oh yeah, maybe this film started to pick up faster. But by the end of it, this is why sometimes it's good to watch him to the end. By the end of it, it all pays off. Because I was hoping that at the end, hope this journey will pay off. And it does. It pays off well in the end. So just be patient with it. It takes its time in the story that it's building. But when you look back at it from the end, and you're like, oh, you know what? They actually tried. And I'll talk more about this actually at the end with the spoilers. The other thing I want to say is that I really like the dynamic between Tui and Naza. That is Deyemi's character and Teniola's. I won't tell you more than that, but like they have a very nice banter relationship that is from the first scene. It really gets like I really really like that dynamic, and it was shown from like the first scene, and it carries on. I love their dynamic. Without giving you spoilers, I'm not going to give any plot spoilers, but I want to say that the dynamic of Kumi and his mother, right? There is a thing where he keeps calling his mother my babe, which is fine. But there's not this scene where he goes, I want to introduce you to my lover, my girlfriend, my heart, my babe. Let me tell you something. I didn't like that. maybe I'm the mess. Maybe I'm the mess. But say my babe to refer to your mother. Okay, cool. Ah, mommy, you're a babe. Now say my girlfriend, my lover, my yeah. Where do we draw the line? I beg. I think it's also because the actor of that is playing, who by the way I wrote his name, Akorede Ajayi. I've never seen him in anything that I can remember. This is the first time I'm fully seeing him. I know this is a very good job. So I wrote his name to come and shout him out. Akorede, you did a very good job. Very good acting. But what was I saying? The boy also looks like this boy, even in a different film, was playing like the sugar baby of this of his mother in this film of Biodun Stephen. I would have believed it. So maybe that's also why the like my lover, I was like, hey. Anyways, that's all for non-spoilers. Let's just jump right into spoilers because I have spoilers. I want to start talking about spoilers ahead. The first thing that I want to say with spoilers is that, see, thank God my parents know the child that they gave birth to. Because an instruction that they, like the one that Yetunde gives Kumi to not open the box until she's gone, my parents know they cannot give me that instruction. Because I go open them there and then, what? You want to go and now leave me with this secret? I cannot even ask you questions because you don't already die. Go, God forbid. I go open them here. We go answer all the questions here because she's saying that, oh, you know, your father will give you the answer. What if the father no can give the answer? That's what she says in the letter. Hopefully, your father will give the answer. What if the father no can give the answer? This boy would have been left with this secret forever. It can't be me, and my parents know. If you tell me this kind of thing, we go open that box there and then reveal everything to me before you go. You can't come and live with this kind of trauma and secret, and I'll go. A joke. I also said that Omokumi went through trauma in this because watching your parents die, people always say, oh, you know, who don't you want somebody to be there when you die? Like, you don't want to just die alone. But people don't talk enough about the person that gets to witness the trauma. Because this boy now just has to watch his mother die on his couch. Like, that is traumatic. That is traumatic. And then after that, you now learn again that you are a product of what the big reveal in this film is. And since we're spoiler territory, let's just get into that because that is 2 years trauma. Hey, from what Biodun Stephen wrote, I got a sense, of course, that like this is what the theory was going to be about. And in some ways, I wish I maybe didn't because I kind of entered kind of knowing. So maybe if I didn't know, it would have made the reveal much more shocking. But even when it is still revealed, still seeing it on screen, like with that young boy and that older woman, Yetunde. Yesterday I judged you. I judged you. Even tonight I still judge you. When at the end he says, I forgive you. I say, me, I can't. Because Yetunde, yes, you were a good mother. Yes, you sacrificed for your child. You were lovely. I guess people make mistakes. It's what she was saying in the whole first half of the film. That's what I was saying. That by the time you get to the end and you now look back, you understand why we really had to see enough of Yetunde and really establish her. You understand why they had to build with the like even gaming storyline because they had to really flesh out this more. So it's not just only this one thing in the film. And the gaming storyline now that we're on it also is a good subplot for stuff like breaking stereotypes that Tweety talks about. Like he doesn't want to see just black muscular men as the villains. That's a very good, like I love that. And it was like a good thing to talk about stereotypes and the harmful effects that they have on children. That was just a nice little theme that was in this film. And then it talks about how the monsters sometimes hide behind familiar faces, which was a good, fantastic vessel or like way of now explaining about what is happening in the A plot, which is this reveal that taking us back to Yetunde. Yetunde was the monster behind the familiar face. Yetunde, yes, we claim to know you and like you, but by the end, I'm judging Yetunde heavy because we think carry you go do that kind of thing to pikin. Hey! Childhood is a sacred time. And it is a sacred time. And the sad thing is that there's so many people who, unfortunately, this is their case. Thank you, God in heaven, that this was not my case, that I was not a person that was a victim of this, but I know many people that are victims of this. And well, actually, do I know anybody? We are just contact scanting. Actually, I don't know anybody personally. Or maybe they've not told me, but probably they have been. And sometimes the thing with boys, because when I was in like boys hostel, people used to say kind of stuff like this, like, "Oh, my aunt was with this person, was with this auntie," and they kind of just say as like regular. They don't see it as trauma, but it is traumatic for some. For it is traumatic. It's just some people just don't accept the trauma, I guess. But we shall see the long-lasting consequences of something like this. For example, in the character of Twee, like of what that can lead to. And I'm very curious. Some people that, because I know some people really say, "Oh, no, man was not traumatic. Oh, I'm even happy that that is what happened to me." Which I'm like, is that a trauma response? This is a conversation that we really need to have. And that brings me to my final point I was going to say about this film is that like for a YouTube movie and for the contained story that they tell, because it's not with the contained cast, contained set, they did a fantastic job. They did a good job of taking that story and like fleshing it out into something bigger. I still hope that even if it is the same Biodun Stephen that does it, I want to see this topic, this story done on a bigger scale with a bigger budget. Even if Biodun Stephen is the one writing it, like, and she should if she can get funding and do a story about this subject matter because this subject matter is really worthy of discussion. We don't talk about this enough. And I think we need to do more around this subject matter on a bigger scale. Like, love what they did with this, but I would love to see the same topic on a wider, bigger scale with more money, with a bigger cast, with, just more. I'm so curious because this is a story, this is a theme that we need to wake up. This is a subject matter that we need to wake up and wake up big. Finally, the last thing I would say is that in the middle of this film, I've never seen that done in any other YouTube film that I've watched personally, where they just advertise their upcoming film in the middle of it. And I really found the clip to look very funny. Like Kiki, the film is called Roxy. I will be watching it. I think the trailer or this little clip is so actually really sold it for me. Kiki is giving hilarious already. I'm very curious to see how this plays out because me, I like an Ashawo storyline. I also loved when Biodun also did her film. I Am Anis. I love that film as well. So like I just trust Biodun Stephen and I'm going to watch this Roxy as well. It looks really good. Overall, this film was they did such a good job with what they had, and the subject matter is so timely and something that we need to wake up more. Thoroughly enjoyed this. I think, yeah, it was a slow beginning, slow build, but by the end, it definitely pays off, and I really love what they made. If you've watched this whole video and you have no idea who I am, my name is VDK. I make movie bingo cards, which you can find on my Substack, vdkfilmclub.substack.com, and I talk about films. Until the next film that I watch and the next video that I make, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.